Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and thank you guys so much for returning for another video. I hope everyone had a great holidays and, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and is looking forward to 2026. I know I am, and I'm praying for all you guys, so I really appreciate the support, and we'll get right into the video. Today's video, I want to go over Season 2 of Battlefield 6 and what I think it needs to continue to grow the game, as well as keep its core player base happy. I think a lot of people are calling this game dead and that it's losing players at a rapid pace, that it's dying. Whereas I can agree with, it's losing players. But here's my thing with people saying that the game's dying. The game every weekend has a peak player base of anywhere from 110 to anywhere to 120,000 concurrent players on Steam. You have to think that's just on Steam. You're not counting Xbox, PlayStation, and the EA app. So in reality, the peak player count every weekend, when it's prime time gaming, obviously when the player count is at its highest, it's probably anywhere from 150 to 200,000 players, which is very, very good. I think a lot of people are worried about the game, and I'm not exactly sure if I'm worried about it because I think the game has a great base to it. The game is fun. It feels good. The game, whenever I'm playing Battlefield 6, I enjoy myself, right? There's times where it makes me mad. A glitch happens or something happens and it makes you irritated. But guys, if you guys weren't enjoying the game or having fun, you wouldn't be getting irritated, right? Because every game has its issues, and especially Battlefield, right? We all know the bugs and glitches of Battlefield. So for people to say that the game is dying, I think they're just over exaggerating, if I'm being completely honest. And the game's still beating Call of Duty. Not that it has much to compete there, because Black Ops 7 is an absolute dumpster fire, but that's not for me to cover. I don't cover Call of Duty, so I'm going to do my job and cover Battlefield. But anyways, guys, I think the game is in a decent spot. It needs some changes. We're not going to go over those changes right now. We're kind of going to talk more about Season 2 and the content side of it, because I think that's something that's really important. So anyways, that's my thought on people calling the game dead. And, people can say what they want. They can have their own opinion. But in my opinion, the game isn't dying, guys. Let's be honest. I mean, the game has so many people playing it. I know so many people that play it and have fun with the game. And I have close to 200 hours in the game, and I'm still enjoying myself very much. So getting more into Season 2. Season 2 is important for Battlefield 6, in my opinion, because Season 1 brought us 2 new maps. People want to say 3, but it's just not 3. The third part of Season 1 was a weather change on an existing map, and let me add, the worst map in the game, in my opinion, because Empire State is just not my cup of tea. You might be a Call of Duty player and you might be like, hey, I love Empire State. It's just absolute chaos. I don't know what's happening. I'm running around with my head cut off. And that's great. And I'm not saying that I don't have good games on Empire State. I'm just saying when I'm playing on Empire State, I usually am not having very much fun. It's kind of like a toddler's birthday party. You have to go and you should be there, but it's just miserable, guys. Let's just be honest. The level changes, the amount of explosive spam, it's just not good. So I would have loved to have seen like a snow version of like Mirac Valley, or trying to think of another. I guess Liberation Peak. Liberation Peak already has snow on it, so I would have loved to have seen Mirac Valley. Or if you're gonna keep the New York theme, go with Manhattan Bridge. I mean, a snowy Manhattan Bridge would have been way better than Empire State, but whatever. It is what it is. That's what we got. No going back to change it now. So we got Blackwell Fields as the first map, first part of Season 1. Not a very good map. If you like vehicles, it's good. and I find myself enjoying it when I can get into a jet. But even that map, guys, it's like they're compressing all these maps to be big maps but small maps at the same time. The out of bounds for the jets on that map is stupid. I mean, you make a strafe and go a little bit past the objective to get ready for your next strafe, and you're already out of bounds. And obviously, there's a 15-second timer, so you have time to stay out of the combat area and come back. But it's just like, why are we compressing these maps so small when it should be a big, open sandbox map? So I'm not really sure what they're trying to do. My best thing is they're trying to keep action involved all the time. Because even on these bigger maps, it's almost like they place the outer objectives within decent running distance between the middle objectives where there's not a lot of downtime. And there's some people that are like, "Oh, well, if you want downtime, you're a dad who can't hang with the sweats." And that's just not true because me, I am a dad. I'll just be honest with you, but I play at a fast pace, but I also like the in-between fights of objectives and that so-called downtime that people are talking about. I enjoy fighting in between objectives. It makes Battlefield, not always fighting on the point where there's 80 people fighting for a flag. Instead, you're having these nice engagements in between the flags, trying to get to the objectives. I'm not really sure why they're doing what they're doing with the bigger maps, and they're still just trying to compress them into these smaller uh, infantry-focused zones, but that's something that I disagree with and I don't like about the bigger maps in Battlefield 6 because I feel like it's like, okay, they're like, here's these bigger maps, but at the same time, they're going to be kind of small and condensed. So Blackwell Fields was not great. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the color of the map, and it does get very old really quick. The really red, fiery theme of the map. So we got Blackwell Fields, and we got a new weapon in the SOR 300, the 300 Blackout version. It's a carbine, and we also got I think it was the Glock sidearm. And we got the Traverser Mark II, the armored truck, which is actually very good. So that's what we got with Blackwell Fields, first part of season 1. Part 2, we got Eastwood, which was a lot better. But still, it felt like it was just a bigger map trying to be condensed into one. And don't even get me started on the ceiling of the map, because when you fly in a chopper on that map, if you fly 100 meters up in the air, you can't move your chopper because you've hit the max ceiling. And it's like, guys, DICE, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? This is supposed to be a bigger map, medium-sized map with choppers, and you can't even fly over 100 meters without hitting the ceiling of the map. It's just like, I don't understand if they're rushing these maps or if they're actually trying to just push this like narrative that you have to be down on the ground in the action 24/7. So as much as I like Eastwood, I think it was a great introduction for the California resistance. It still just had like this wanting more from Battlefield, wanting the all-out warfare of Battlefield. And so that's what we got. We got Eastwood, and people liked it. Some people didn't, whatever. I enjoyed the infantry part of it. Choppers are fun, but if you could fly more than 100 meters above the freaking ground, it'd be a lot better. And then came Winter Offensive, which brought the snow version of Empire State, as well as Ice Lock, the new game mode, and a pickaxe. So, not a whole lot, if I'm being honest. And that was supposed to kind of get us through a couple of weeks to a month worth of downtime for the devs because the devs take time off during the holidays as they should. But it was kind of like, here you go. Here's a map that we've already had, one of the least favorite maps that we have, and we're just going to put some snow on it with like a new mode that not a lot of people even play, and we'll see you guys next year. So Battlefield right now is kind of in just a stale state, in my opinion, and that's why they really need to hit the ground running with Season 2. In my opinion, they need 3 minimum maps. 4 would be ideal, like the old Battlefield titles did, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. We got 4 maps with each DLC. It was incredible. Now, I don't know if we're spoiled because of that. I don't know if we should be expecting that anymore. But guys, we need 3 new maps, and they need to be good, because as much as I love Battlefield 6 and I still love playing the game, I need some new maps to play, and I'm sure you guys do too. They're getting a little boring, a little bland. Obviously, you have your favorites, but some of the ones that are like, you just don't want to play anymore. And that can be solved with better maps. So the first thing that I think they really need to hit out of the park is the maps. Give us some good new maps. People are even talking about, well, they can remake. No. Bring the remakes a little bit later. DICE needs to put out their own brand new maps for Battlefield 6 at a high level. Because Operation Firestorm, they changed Operation Firestorm a little bit, and it's nowhere near what it was in Battlefield 4, even though I think Firestorm is way overrated. But they need maps, guys. They need maps. They need maps really badly. So that'd be my main thing for Season 2 that I think I want to see added, is 3 to 4 good maps, good size maps, with not this condensing of it having to be in the middle of the map all the time. So that'd be number 1. Number 2 is weapons. I don't think, one carbine and one sniper and then a sidearm with a few melee weapons is going to be enough, at least for me. We need a couple assault rifles, a couple carbines. I mean, we're in a modern military shooter. How many weapon types are there in the world? Like, let's get creative, right? I mean, they can't make excuses like it was Battlefield 1. Like, well, we can only put so many weapons in the game. Like, yeah, I get that. It's Battlefield 1. It's World War 1. There was only like 4 weapon types in the entire world. Apparently, this game is set in 2027. So possibilities are endless. I don't even care if you make up your own weapons. Just make some new weapons. And don't come in with a pickaxe and expect it to last for the whole season. So number 1 would be maps. Number 2 would be weapons. Third thing I would love to see in Season 2 would be just some game of life improvement. I think the netcode still needs to be looked at pretty heavily. I'm dying around corners. I'm dying a lot when I'm playing behind a piece of cover and I crouch below it, and I'm just I'm dead. When in reality, I was crouched behind that piece of cover way before he killed me. So they really need to look at the netcode. And just some other things, guys. Just some other bugs that they need to look at. And I'm sure you guys have a bunch of stuff that you guys want fixed, but that's what I would love to see for Season 2 of Battlefield 6. Because as much as I love the game, it needs content. That's what these games... I mean, look at Battlefield 4, for example. Look at the content we got with that game, and look how long it lasted. I mean, I was playing Battlefield 4 less than a year ago, guys, and there was full servers of people. Like, I was having to wait in queues because of the amount of maps and the amount of weapons that you had in Battlefield 4. It made it fun to return to every single time. And obviously, Battlefield 4 was just a tremendous game in general. I mean, the netcode was great. The gunplay was amazing. Everything was just great about Battlefield 4. But content produces life, right? It's like, you know, a new car. Some people can deal with a new car their whole life, but most people are buying new cars, you know, I think the average American buys a new car every couple of years, if I'm being honest, because they want something new. They want something fresh. When it comes to video games, you really want something new and something fresh, especially if you're playing a lot. Because if you're playing a lot of the same stuff, you're going to get bored. So, those are the three main things I want to see looked at and added into Battlefield 6 Season 2 is number one, maps. We need new maps, good maps. Number two, we need weapons. More weapons, more, I don't know what the word is, more weapons that we're actually going to use, not a sidearm and a melee weapon, right? And number three, it's just some quality of life updates, netcode. I think gunplay could still be looked at a little bit more. I feel like the guns are getting a little too laser beamy, especially a couple of them. But I'm going to throw a picture up of a leak from Temporeal. You guys have probably seen it already. It's actually, I think it's a month or two old, but Temporeal is a well-known data miner for Battlefield, and this is what he found in the files for Season 2. So let's go over that real quick, and then I'll wrap this video up. All right, so here is the leak that we got from Temporeal over on Twitter. He posted this, I think, a month or so ago, and this is what he found in the files for Season 2. So let's, take this with a grain of salt because it is a leak. It's not confirmed for sure, but I will just say that Temporeal is very good at what he does. So for our weapons, we have the MG5 light machine gun, the Bren 2, I'm assuming that would be a carbine, maybe an assault rifle, the Scorpion Evo 3, which would be an SMG, and the Scorpion VZ61, which is going to be a sidearm, I believe. So that could be really good for the recon class as a little pocket SMG. But I am really excited if this is true because the MG5 is a well-known Battlefield weapon. It was very good in Battlefield 4, and I really enjoyed the light machine guns in Battlefield 6, so that excites me. The Bren 2, I almost believe that was the CZ305 from Battlefield 4, which is starting assault rifle that you got from, when you bought the game. It was called the CZ305. I don't know if that's the same weapon or not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it's the same weapon model. But I'm not sure if that's going to be an AR or a carbine. We'll have to wait and see. It's definitely going to be one or the other. And then the Scorpion is going to be an SMG. That could be a lot of fun. I remember that being really fun to use in Battlefield 4. Super high fire rate and just a close quarters monster. And obviously that we went over the Scorpion VZ61. Going to be a sidearm, so going to be the first automatic sidearm in Battlefield 6, so exciting for that too. So then, what do we have here? The AH-6 Little Bird. When I saw this, I was very happy. I was a Little Bird addict in Battlefield 4. I spent a lot of time in that thing and went on some crazy kill streaks, so I'm very excited if this is all true. The Little Bird is a beast. It's very well known in the Battlefield community, Battlefield franchise. Everyone's been asking for it. The only thing that worries me is how helicopters fly in this game. They are clunky and slow. I don't know if that's just because we have only an attack chopper and a transport, but I really hope that this Little Bird does not feel bad in general, because the Little Bird deserves its glory and it deserves to be really good. Obviously, the primary, we have a minigun, GAU-19 and the LR-30. I'm assuming the GAU-19 and the LR-30 are going to be some type of explosive rounds. Obviously, we don't know exactly what they are. We only get the name. For secondary, we get APKWS, the Hellfire, the Hydra rockets, and the Stinger. So the Hydra rockets I remember from The attack chopper had those in Battlefield 4, and the Little Bird had them in 2042. They were more of an infantry style rocket, did a lot of splash damage. The Stinger, obviously, locking other air vehicles. The Hellfire and the APKWS, I'm not sure what those could be. We'll have to wait and see for that. And then equipment, we have flares, motion sensor, and thermal smoke. Thermal smoke is interesting because I'm only used to having thermal smoke on ground vehicles. So that could be kind of cool. And there is a passenger seat in the Little Bird that has a thermal scanner and a directional jammer. So that could be interesting to kind of play with your friends. Not going to be very fun for them, I believe. They're kind of just going to be sitting there. But hey, some people like to just be along for the ride. And then for gadgets. When I saw this, I kind of cringed because I don't think we need so many more explosive gadgets in the game. But here we are. The Sich G1 Frag is an airburst grenade launcher. Chambered in 40mm grenades, this weapon fires frag grenades that can explode mid-flight to eliminate targets behind cover. Oh, how fun that will be. The GL40 Sticky grenade launcher, chambered in 40mm sticky grenades that can adhere to surfaces, vehicles, or soldiers. Can be carried standalone or underslung, which means an attachment to your rifle. M320A1 anti-tank is an anti-vehicle grenade launcher. Chambered in 40mm anti-tank grenades, ideal for combating enemy armor. Can be carried standalone or underslung. This one I kind of like because I'm not sure if this is going to be an engineer gadget. I'm assuming all grenade launchers are assault related. So I don't know if this is a assault gadget that's going to be able to take care of vehicles, and we don't know how much damage it's going to do. Hopefully it doesn't do too much, but enough to kind of deter vehicles from pushing you if you are assault and you're kind of defenseless. So we'll have to wait and see for that, but that does kind of excite me a little bit. And obviously, lastly, we have the impact grenade, the RGO impact grenade. Fragmentation grenade that provides a quick explosion at the cost of less damage, detonates on contact. So these three, 1, 2, 3, I'm really not excited about. Especially on top of the incendiary spam right now. You guys are dealing with the incendiary grenade spam. Join me in some pain because it is brutal right now, guys. Everybody's running them. I'm not running them. I've kind of kept myself from running them, but it's not fun. And I think they need to do something about it. How much damage it does, the range it can burn you when it's on the ground. Something needs to be changed. But that's it for season 2. Supposedly, we'll have to see if all of this is correct. And then here was a big one. The Jet Ski Season 3, a fast, agile watercraft perfect for rapid assaults and quick getaways across rivers and coastal zones. When people saw this, immediately they thought we were getting naval maps. And that is something that I would be very excited about because I think Battlefield 6 needs naval maps. I think it needs boat combat. I think Battlefield 6 needs to be as close to Battlefield 4 as possible, guys, with its own twist and being its own game. But then people were saying, oh, well, Jet Ski is probably only going to be in RedSec. And that kind of made a little bit more sense. But the Battlefield team has talked about and listened to people wanting naval maps. And, I think they know that we want it. It's just a matter of whether or not we're going to get it. So that's it for the leaks, guys. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Let me know what you guys want to see in season 2. I'm interested to see what you guys want to see change, what you guys want to see added. And let's just start some discussion. Let me know if I'm wrong about anything. Let me know if you disagree with what I want. or adding on to what I want. And yeah, I'm excited for season 2, guys. Some new maps. I mean, we're definitely gonna be getting a new map at least, and but I really hope we're getting 3, at least 3. So, but time will only tell. We'll just have to be patient and wait. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for the support. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't like it, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.